Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. This is your brother Abdi Muhammad, who's back in action. Today's class is quadratic expressions and equations 2, paper 1 questions. That means what we'll be solving today here on this whiteboard will be questions of Kcse, past questions of Kcse based on quadratic 2 for your information. And these are the questions that will come in paper 1 of mathematics in every year, okay? Now, we have the first example as we are told solve the simultaneous equations. Then we have x squared plus y squared is equal to 26. That's equation 1. Make sure you write that one as equation 1 in front of it. Then we have x less y or x minus y is equal to 4. This is our equation 2. Guys, for those of you who are currently in Form 3 and Form 4, when you want to solve such kind of question in Kcse, ask yourself, between these two equations given, which one seems to be similar? From your observation now on whiteboard, the second equation seems to be similar, okay? Because we can take this one and make one of these two letters the subject of the formula. So now we can say, coming to the solution, this is what we are having, x squared plus y squared is equal to 26 as equation 1. Then we write the equations first. Then we have x minus y is equal to 4. This is our equation 2. So we're going to say, taking equation 2, equation 2. Inform them that you want to take equation 2. And equation 2 is what? X minus y is equal to 4. So let me make x the subject of the formula. Okay? X is equal to y plus 4. X is what? Y plus 4. Remember, we are taking y to the other side, so y will take positive sign here, just understand. Then x, so far x is equal to y plus 4, we will take this value of x and substitute in equation 1. So here, come here and say, substituting, inform them, substituting the value of x in equation 1, okay? In equation 1. So our equation 1 is what? X squared plus y squared is equal to what? 26. Then the place of x we are going to substitute with what? Y plus 4. So we can say y plus 4 squared plus y squared is equal to 26. Because we have x squared here and we said x value is equal to y plus 4. So in this situation, if you have learned quadratic form 2 very well, then we can use the simpler method of expanding this one. We can say y squared is y squared, this times this is 4y times this one, 8y, plus last one squared, which is 16, plus y squared, which is this one, is equal to 26. When you come to this point now, look here, we have equal to 26. Then we'll have 2y squared, from where? Y squared plus y squared, plus 8y, plus 16, which is this one, minus 26 is equal to 0. Because quadratic equation takes this format, don't forget, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then for us to get the value of these letters, we must write the equation in this format here, don't forget that. Then we'll have 2y squared plus 8y minus 10, because positive 16 minus 26 is minus 10, yeah, is equal to 0. Let's divide throughout by 2. Then we will have, look here, y squared plus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0. So we are going to write our product as product. Product is AC, that's from 2 cosine. A is the coefficient of y squared in this situation, and c is negative 5, okay? So this will give us what? Negative 5. Then we'll also look for sum. Sum is this number, which is 4. Now there's a rule of mathematics which says, if you have on the product side a negative value, and then when you go down and you have on the sum side a positive value, you'll be taking two numbers, of which one of them will be positive and the other one will be negative. Then between the two numbers you're going to check, the bigger number will be positive, because what determine here the values you're going to check majorly is the sum side. Because once we get a negative value on the product side, we know that of the two numbers we're going to check, one of them will be negative and the other will be positive. That's obvious for us to get a negative result. But when you go to the sum side again, if you have a positive value again, what are you going to say? Then in such situation or scenario, the bigger number is positive. So what we know is two numbers that will give us 5. When we multiply is 1 and 5. So the bigger number, which is 5, will be positive. In this situation, we are going to say, these are the two numbers we are going to check. 5 and negative 1. So we'll replace with this one. We are going to say, look here, we'll come here and say y squared. We'll replace with this one here, don't forget. Minus, look at that, minus y plus 5y minus this one, which is 5, is equal to 0. So between these two, we have y outside, y minus 1. Here we say that if now we have two numbers, yeah, 5 and 5, that's the GCD. So GCD is 5 outside, y minus 1 is equal to 0. So what are we going to say? Y minus 1 in the bracket into y plus 5 is equal to 0. We will take one of these two and what's outside the bracket, okay? Then you're going to say y minus 1 is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, or y plus 5 is equal to 0, then y is equal to negative 5. Now remember, we have two letters here, x and y. So one time you're going to say, when, look at this one, when y is equal to 1, comma, then x is equal to what? X, come to this point. X is equal to y plus 4, don't forget. X is equal to y plus 4. In this situation, x will be y, which is 1 plus 4, then y will be 5. Sorry, x will be 5, not y. Sorry, x will be 5. Then also say like this, also, when y is equal to negative 5, comma, remember x will be y plus 4. Okay? X will be y plus 4. So we are going to say x is equal to y plus 4. Then now x will be negative 5, which is y plus 4. So x is equal to negative 1. Okay? So these are the possible values. Okay? These are the possible values for this question. Okay? These are the possible values for your information. And that's how you're going to solve such kind of question in Kcse, my dear brothers and sisters. Take your time, and you must know the concept of form 2 quadratic. If you have problem with that, make sure you go back to our YouTube channel and get the knowledge, okay, before you proceed to this concept of mathematics. So this kind of question will carry 4 marks in Kcse, okay. Now let's see a situation where they will frame the question using a statement format here. I think this one you have digested. This is very, very easy. Please make sure you capture this one, okay. Take your time, understand the nature of the question. Make sure you also go back and see quadratic concept of form 2 of mathematics, which will also help you in solving such kind of complex concept, okay? Now let's go and see another example so that we digest it well. We're going to see another example, guys, for your information. Let's see another example. Okay, now let's see another one. We have this one. Look at this question. This kind of question. Now let's see this one. You're told the length of a room is 4 meters. A statement question, yeah? You're told the length of a room is 4 meters, longer than its width. Longer than it is width, okay? Okay? Full stop. Find the length of the room if its area find the length of the room if it is area is, if its area is 32 meters squared. Okay, now look at this question. It's also carrying 4 marks. Okay, you are told the length of a room is 4 meters longer than its width. So we will have this one. This is the figure. It should be a rectangle. So we have this one. So I told the length of a room is 4 meters longer than its width. So we're going to say let the width be x meter. So this is x meter. So this one, the length will be x plus 4. X plus 4 in bracket meter. But what we know is, we know that area is equal to L times W. Okay? So we can say L times W is equal to the area, which is that 2. Understand that, please. L times W is equal to the area because we are given the area. We know that area of this figure is equal to that 2 meter squared. Now we'll have x squared plus 4x is equal to 32. So take this one to this side. We'll have x squared plus 4x minus 32 is equal to 0. Now we need to get two numbers that will give us what? Product that 2. Then sum is negative. Let's write that. Because you have x squared plus 4x minus that 2 is equal to 0. Now let's write our product. Product is negative that 2. Then sum is 4. That 2 comes from where? That 2 comes from 8 times 4, 16 times 2. This is enough. Okay? Now, between these two numbers you're going to take again, one of them will be positive and the other will be negative. Because when you look on the product side, we have a negative value. So, and the bigger number is what? It's positive. So we'll take this one. We will take this one, these two here, where the bigger number will be positive. So we'll take positive 8, negative 4. So we're going to say x squared minus 4x, which is this one, plus 8x, which is this one, minus 32 is equal to 0. Between these two, we have x as a common letter. X minus 4 then. This divided by this x, 4x divided by x is 4. Here the GCD is what? 8. X minus 4 also, because 8 divided by 8x is x. That 2 divided by 8 is 4, is equal to 0. Then you're going to say x minus 4, taking one of these two, into x plus 8 is equal to 0. One time you're going to say x minus 4 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 4. Or you can say x plus 8 is equal to 0, so x is equal to negative 8. So far we are dealing with the dimensions or figures, then we cannot take this one. This is unrealistic, it's not reliable. Can't take this one. You're going to write unrealistic because you're dealing with dimension. So this is the width will be 4 meter and this will be 8 meter. Just understand. Hence you're going to say, hence length is equal to x plus 4, which is equal to 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 8 meter. Okay. That is the final answer for your information, guys. And that's how you're going to solve such kind of question in Kcse, guys. Get the information given accurately, use the right procedure, then get the right answer. Okay? Very easy by day. So now let's see this one, example 3. By the way, this was example 2 for your information, guys. This was example 2. Then example 3. Let's go to example 3. We are told, look at this one. The length of a rectangle. The length of rectangle is, we have in the bracket 3x plus 1. Inside this bracket we have 3x plus 1. The unit is centimeter, don't forget, full stop. You're told its width is 3 centimeter shorter than its length. It is width is 3 centimeter shorter than its length, okay? Shorter than its length. Period. Given that the area of the rectangle is 28. Is 28 centimeters squared, comma. You are told find its length. Find its length, full stop. So what are we going to say? The length of a rectangle is 3x plus 1. So we'll also sketch the rectangle they are talking about. Let's say this is the rectangle. Okay? Then the length is 3x plus 1 in the bracket centimeter. And you're told its width is 3 centimeters shorter than. So we're going to subtract, yeah? We are going to say this, which is what? We are going to say 3x plus 1 minus 3. So this will give us 3x minus 2, yeah? So this will be 3x minus 2 in the bracket centimeter. So wrap this thing. Okay, that's how you're going to get. Because the width is 3 centimeters shorter than the length, okay? Just understand that. But we still know that. But uniform there, contrast. But area A is equal to L times W. So we can say 3x plus 1 in bracket into 3x minus 2 is equal to 28, which is the area. Just understand. L times W is equal to the area. This is 28. Then 3 times 3, 3x times 3x, that's 9x squared. Minus 3x times 2, 6x. Start with this one. Plus 1 times 3x what? 3x. Minus 2 is equal to 28. 9x squared minus 3x, because minus 6x plus 3x. Okay? Minus 2. Minus 28, take this is equal to 0. So we'll have 9x squared minus 3x minus 30 is equal to 0. Minus 2 minus 28. So now what you're going to do is come to this point, yeah? Let's come here, guys. Okay? We have this one. But before we go there, see, we can say divide 2 out by 3 to make it simple. So we are left with what? 3x squared. We are left with 3x squared minus x minus 10 is equal to 0. So our product is negative 30 and our sum is what? Let's get sum. Sum is equal to negative 1. So the bigger number this time will be negative, because when you look on the product side, we have a negative value. Again, when you look on the sum side, you also have what? A negative value. So between the two numbers you're going to check, we know that one of them will be negative and the other will be positive. Then between those two numbers, the bigger number will be negative. And in this situation, we are going to check 5 and 6 for your information. So we are going to say 3x squared minus 6x plus 5x minus 10 is equal to 0. So here, between these two, we have 3x as the common, yeah? This divided by this, we'll have x minus 2. Here, the GCD is 5. X minus 2 is equal to 0. So we're going to say x minus 2 into 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. take one of these two for your information, guys. Then take what's outside the bracket, then equate to 0. So one time you're going to say x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, or you can say 3x plus 5 is equal to 0. So 3x is equal to negative 5 all over 3 also. Divide both sides. Cancel. X is equal to negative 5 out of 3. So we are dealing with the dimension, remember? When we are dealing with human being or dimensions, issue related to human beings or dimensions, we cannot take a negative value, so we write unrealistic, it's not reliable. So here we're going to say it is unrealistic, meaning it's not reliable. So you are told find the length, find its length. So length, we are going to say length is equal to, we have 3x plus 1, and x value is what? X value is 2. So in this situation, length there is equal to 3 times 2 plus 1, which is equal to 7 centimeter. Okay? Please make sure you copy this thing. Very helpful in Kcse. Okay? I'll make sure to give you a lot of examples. I will start from the first chapter, quadratic, until I go to the last chapter of form 3. Okay? Remember, this is how you're going to solve a question of 4 marks. In our next class called reading, we are going to see more examples so that you understand better this thing. Make sure you subscribe our YouTube channel and share with your family members and friends who are at risk currently, because we know that schools are not operating due to this pandemic disease called COVID-19. Otherwise, you're welcome. In case you have a comment to make, you can leave your comment in our comment box. And if you like this very noble notes, then you can also share with all people who are currently in school. Okay? Otherwise, I wish you the best day until we meet next